Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of my thrift store shopping hauls and a few antique store shopping hauls. So what I have in front of me is a whole bunch of antique buttons from probably around the 70s into the 80s. There might be a handful that's a little older than that. Now this is definitely older. There's only one on there. A lot of these cards are really good to make button cards from, or add to a card with button embellishments. This is not old, obviously. I might actually take this out and put it with my the buttons that I use for sewing. And then just a handful like this, 29 cents. Down here's 39 cents. When has a button ever been 29 and 39 cents? And these I picked up just a couple of days ago. Well, 3 days ago. 50 cents for two of them. All of these, with the exception of just a few that has this sticker on the back, I got the whole pile of them. They were in a Ziploc bag for $2. So can't beat that with a stick. And I think I have another one like this, so I'll just do these. Maybe it's this one I have two of. The green one. But yeah, 25 cents for these 5 buttons. I don't know what year that would be. Made in Japan, so probably 50-ish years. These are newer buttons. Those will go, well, I actually would use those, I think, maybe in journal making. I don't think I have anything I want to make in with those sparkly things. I sew for my grandkids, and I want to upload some videos of the stuff that I've made over the past few years. Look at that one. Now that is a treasure and a half. That is a treasure. 48 looks like, or no, 18. Maybe that's how many buttons there were, because there's another row would have been here. Oh, it has a, looks like it has a copyright, but I cannot see it with just my plain glasses. I can't see it. Another really old one. 11, oh look here. March 11th, 1957, somebody stamped on the back, so they're at least that old. And just a few more. Let's see what we have. And this little metal tub, it came from I think a thrift store. It ends up being my little catch-all. Here's another old one. Hook number 2, I believe is what it says. So beautiful, beautiful. So those are all buttons to go with my many more old buttons. And then hopefully this won't glare. I find if I kind of hold things up this way a little bit, the plastic or the shiny part, it don't glare as much. I have no idea if I'll use all of these buttons anytime soon, but the whole bag was $1.95. And they had other color combinations, but this one was kind of full of pastels, and I have very few pastel top buttons, but they look like they're almost all the same style, but we'll see what happens with them. And then this was also a separate purchase of, it was $1 and had all these buttons in it. So that's the buttons. Then I got these stamps. They were 2 in a pack for $3. They have never been used, or if they have been, somebody sure cleaned them really good. This one is a Hobby Lobby from 2007 brand. This one is Stupendous. Oh my goodness, I can't read, can I? What year? Or does it say? 2010. This one is Studio G 2013. That one's cute. I like that one. And then this little bird has nothing on it whatsoever. I found this little crate. I find little crates are really good when I'm doing little mass makes and I finish a project. If I'm doing like library cards or anything small, then it fits right in there and it just gives it a home out of the way once I've made stuff. So that's what that is. And then these are just note cards. It has, they're blank inside, has a map on it, and so I can take some ink and rub over them and get that shine off. And then the little envelopes are so cute. I love that color blue. It's like a French blue. So I'm not 100% sure what I'll do with the envelopes, but I will find something good to do with them. Then I also got this to do the same thing as the little wooden crate. It had Kathy. You can still see it a little bit, but I took my chalk paint and painted over it, and I'll probably do another coat. But it's just to hold things, small projects, mass makes that I just do, whatever fills this up. But over the past couple of weeks I have found a lot of old postcards in antique stores. So we'll take a quick look at these. And some of these I got at the same time, I must have, as ones I showed a couple of weeks ago, because it has the same lady's name on the back. So this is a Best Wishes. This is also a Best Wishes. I love the back of that one. Has the same woman. This is a Birthday Greetings. This Mary Cloyton, maybe? Not 100% sure. Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. So we've met her before. Pansies for thoughts of you. May your birthday sky be bright and blue. Now this one's different. This one has a lot of birthday wishes on it. This one says October 1911 from somewhere, I can't read the place, but Indiana. So this is, and this is from Illinois, so people who live next to each other in the state, 2 states next to each other. A happy birthday. I really love this blue. Mrs. Frankie Griso, Pierceton, looks like Indiana, from her parents. Birthday Greetings, another one from Indiana, 1914. Oh, this one's really cute. I like that one. This one is to Miss Hallie Snyder in Hannah, West Virginia. Some little mums, looks like. This one, it goes to Virginia. Hi, Bobby. Blah, blah, blah. Love, Mom. Okay. Then we have, oh, look at these two old ladies. This is painted. It has a texture. So this is nice. It's been pulled out of a book. Don't look like it's ever been sent. Cost me $2. Best Wishes, Miss Hallie Snyder again. September 13th, 1909. So, in good shape to be 14 years old. A Wild Rose, Miss Hallie Snyder again. The part that tells the actual year is kind of rubbed out, but the 19 is there. To My Best Friend, Miss Hallie Snyder, 1909. Look at that. That's nice. And then With All Good Wishes, Miss Hallie Snyder, 1910. And look at this one. This one is so pretty. Charlotte Walker, it says on the front. And Miss Hallie Snyder, 1907, November of 1907. So that's the postcards. I have a bunch more. I've been collecting the postcards for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years now, along with many other things. Okay, so the other thing I found was just a little booklet of blank index cards, and then a whole pack of 100 blank index cards. And then this is just like a little stationery pack that I think for the paper, if I decide to use it, I'll probably put it in some tea dye. I'll put it in something to take that start quite out. I've got the little stickers, and then I've got one, I guess that's supposed to be a piece of stationery also, and then a few envelopes. So I might just, cut this up and make little stamps or something out of those. I like the fruit. They have a vintage feel about them, and all I have to do is either ink it or coffee or tea stain it, and it will look very much like a vintage graphic, and it probably actually is a vintage graphic that's been cleaned up and put on this. Okay, next is 2 little balls of yarn, or a yarn like. It's actually more like little bitty shoestring almost. I'll put it with my collection of other stuff like this. So that will become strings on tags, or I don't know if it's strong enough to bind with. It's pretty strong. But anyway, it's a treasure. Next, I got this whole bag. I hope it's not, I've not pulled everything out, and I don't know that I will pull everything out, but it was this whole bag of various flat gift wrap for $2, and there was a couple in here that I saw. Oh, that's kind of cute, that I really liked. That's bright. This is cute. I think it might have been this one, the flowers. I'm not sure. And here's one inside that's got even more on it. That's interesting. Here's something else, big stamps on the back. And that's a kid's thing. Some of this will end up going back to a thrift store. Because I won't use it, I'll just donate it back if I won't use it. Okay, and some green. Okay, I'll throw that in I make handmade paper, and I'll be doing a video on that. I've got some curing right now, so I'll throw this into my bin to make some handmade paper that'll make a really nice green color. Aha! I think this might have been the one I also saw. I guess it's supposed to be Christmassy. I don't really do Christmassy stuff, but it would be a good, just a bird theme. There's another piece. And, okay, so there's a few pieces in there that's worth having. Now, we're getting into the good stuff here. At least that's, oh, I had to pull my chair up a little. This, it says that it's textured vellum, a textured vellum surface, and that it's bright white, but it's like really heavy cardstock. It says it's 100 pounds and 260 grams. Quite thick. There's not many pages. Four pages, and that was 97 cents, so a quarter a piece. This is old. It started out being 56 cents from somewhere. It's new, looks like it's never been opened. I paid $1.95. Biology paper, my goodness, I can't talk. And botany paper, I think I was trying to say the two together. 20 sheets, 8.5 by 11. So I can't wait to see what this looks like to open it up. Then I got this. That's obviously also really old. 50 sheets. I don't know, they might be. But look, it's so old, it's already yellow. So you wouldn't have to do anything to that. And $1.95 I paid for that. There might be one or two sheets missing. There's a little bit of a space right in here, but not many. Now, looky here. Looky here, looky here, looky here. I don't know how old these are. Never been used. I don't know how they were stored, but the back page has yellowed out. And then they're a little brighter green, like how they would be new toward the center, but the front is not yellowed out, so I'm wondering if they were stored this way, but then this is not really washed out. I don't know. Or, you know what, I bet it has taken on the color from the back of the cardboard. Yep, that's it. Mystery solved. Yep, that's what's happened. It's taken on some color from the cardboard. But anyway, look at these. Both of them brand new. $1.95. 8.5 by 14. 50 sheets. So, that was definitely a prize. Now I have a few books to share. When I got this was 50 cents, and or at least I think it's what it was. Yeah, 50 cents. When after I got it home, I was thinking, you know, the other day I found one like this. Did I get the same one twice? So I went into my craft closet where I keep my big supplies and checked it, and it's by the same author. The cover is very, very similar, and some of the decorations on the inside are very, very similar, and the layout is exactly the same, but it is a different book. So yay, that's a different book. Then I have this. This is not a book. This is another stationery set. But look at that. Ain't that pretty? I don't know how many sheets there are. Probably 8 or 10 with envelopes. And the brand, it says Victorian Greetings, and I can see me pulling that thing off and using that in a journal somehow. Next, I got this, was $1. I got this for 2 reasons. One, I'm going to gut it and make a journal out of it, because I like the tile and that it's kind of skinny. But the other thing is a book of poetry. So these would make really good pages to make tag backgrounds and other things with. So that is the reason I got it. And it's, it's a little bit old. Don't know how old it is. I didn't even look. It just looked old. 1958. So it's older than I am. Not that I'm young by any means, but I had a birthday 2 weeks ago. Will be tomorrow. Tomorrow being Tuesday. Yeah. Okay, so my husband found this book and he brought it to me. He said, "Do you think you'd like this?" And and I did exactly that. I just laughed. It's like, no, I wouldn't want it at all. What would make you think I wouldn't want it? So anyway, so it has this order blank in it. The Diamond Pen Company, 1929. Let's see this. 1929. Okay, so the book, according to the paper that's in it, was published 1848, and it was $4. Now, I will not be ripping this up whatsoever because it's lasted this long. It's, it's coming up on 200 years old almost. It has some nice illustrations in it. But I have a handful of books that I collect just for the collecting of books, and I always look for books with pretty covers, and like in the case of this one, I'll also look for books that have really good texture on the back, and I'll take a picture of it and I'll use that in my photo editor, and when I make my own papers and patterns and kits and things like that, I'll use texture like that on, as layering, digital layering. But this will go into my personal collection of books. So this will make me, I don't know, I stopped counting when I got up to about 140 something, so I'll guess 150-ish. Okay. Now this is just a piece of cloth. Nothing special about it at all. But whenever I find cloth like this, that is what I'll call masculine themed and colors and designs, I will pick it up, because to make journals that are masculine is very hard to find a lot of good materials out there, and the scope is limited, or more limited than it is for women. Just like making children's clothes. I'll tell you just a short story. I have 6 grandchildren, and for several years I had just 3, and they were all 3 boys. I had 2 girls, and I sewed for them. I made everything that they wore until they got into high school, and when I say everything, I mean everything except socks and underwear, or what my mother found on sale. And I even made, like, my daughter had a Christmas dance when she was 14. I made a dress for her for that. I made my sister's wedding dress when she got married. That's just what I do. But I had always sewn for girls. I'd sewn for myself as a teenager and kept on sewing for myself even after I had kids. So when these boys came along, my palette, so to speak, was so limited, and it was a huge challenge for me to sew stuff for boys that at the time were 10, 2, and 1, and thank goodness there's been 3 girls added to the mixture, so it all balances out. But I had a hard time for a few years. My oldest grandson is 14 and a half, and I made him a lot of stuff when he was little. And it was a challenge. It really was a challenge to sew for boys. When I used to post stuff on social media, I always hashtagged it Sewing for Boys, and then because it was just a challenge, put it that way. Alright, I have one more thing, and I'm going to hold it this way so it don't glare too much. It's a huge book. It was $1.55, and I did look to see what the copyright date was, but you know what? That was like 2 hours ago, and I completely forgot. 1977. Okay, so it has a lot of the old 70s type pictures, you know, that are just slightly off color and all that, and out of focus, and you know, compared to today's photography, it's, you know, just not the same. But the thing that I liked about it is, one, I like these lists of things here, and the glossary element. But, and then you've got, I mean, a handful of small pictures, but let me see if I can find it. I did see one just a minute ago. Each letter of the alphabet is represented, evidently, so you have zucchini. So these right here would make excellent little journaling cards for, look here, string bean, squash. These, if you were doing a gardening journal, this would have a lot of really, really good stuff in it, just in this part, much less all of the text that's in it. So, and there's the mushroom. Yay. I don't think I'd do anything with the pictures at all. They just wouldn't work, I don't think, but the text and the illustrations and the well, I guess that would be it, the text and illustrations is, to me, a prize. So that is, I think that's it. Oh yeah, this video has been a Duke's mixture of everything. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time when I have a little bit more to share.